Hey everybody, this is Jazzmyn Banks talking about the docu-series Push Girls. Tonight was the season finale, and the good news is there is approval for a season 2. I would still encourage you to write into the Sundance channel, go to the Facebook page, click like, just anything that you can let Sundance know you want more of this show. Feedback is crucial to them, just like if you were having a party and you wanted to know a head count for catering. That might alter your decision whether to have the party or not. So it's the same thing. It boils down to dollars and cents, and it's a very important show. It's groundbreaking. It's breaking negative stereotypes when it comes to the disabled. So we need, a village of people to let them know that this is necessary. It's a wonderful educational platform. So tonight's episode, boy, did it hit on some fun issues. Angela, who is the model, is very exciting. She gets a gig from Nordstroms. This is huge because in the disabled world, if someone wants to become a model, it used to be, up until now, that it had to do, that the ad had to do with medical supplies or something to do with the disabled, something where the wheelchair made sense to be seen in this shot. I had done a little bit of modeling a long time ago, and that was the big roadblock, was, you couldn't do any kind of a normal ad because of that. So this is something that will give a lot of hope to women who do want to pursue modeling and don't want to get just stuck into that image and that image alone. And whether Angela walks or is in the wheelchair, she fits the look for Nordstrom. She's absolutely beautiful. It's just a perfect fit, and on top of it, it's breaking a negative stereotype, because in modeling, it used to be you had to be the white blonde girl. Well, that got changed. Then you had to be skinny, always you had to be the skinny girl. Well, that's changing. Now you don't need to be able-bodied to be a model in a fashion magazine. So this is wonderful. Now, at the fashion shoot, it was very interesting to see while they were helping her change her outfit. And of course, it's going to take a little bit longer because she's disabled. And you could just see some of the faces of the people working on set thinking, how long is this going to take? Time is money. And I was cringing for her because, there's always going to be someone with that attitude on set anyway. And here's the truth about whether it's a modeling gig or it's a film set, because I'm a filmmaker, I've seen it about a million times. There's somebody always that's going to hold up the shoot and delay things. There always will be. More often than not, it's someone who's having a diva moment. Someone's outside and smoking a cigarette, and they got on their cell phone in a conversation and forgot to come back in. It's usually not for a good reason. So a model needing a little extra time to get changed because she's disabled is a totally understandable reason, and they hired her knowing this. So I think there's not going to be any consequence for her, needing that extra time. But I think what is going to come out of this that is great is the show demonstrating that moment is good for people to see, that mirror turned on them, the attitude that can be there over something that's an unfair way to think about someone, to view their situation, that, oh, tick-tock, tick-tock. So I think that was really an important thing. It kind of made me feel good to see it up there. As much as I was cringing, I thought, well, good. Then people will see how it looks when they act that way. Because when you see how you're behaving, you suddenly go, oh, that didn't look good. I should stop that. Now, the other thing about the modeling shoot trip was she decided to have her boyfriend come and be her sole caretaker for that trip. And of course, in every disabled person's life, this is the part that just makes you cringe, because it could be the make or break in the relationship. The first time they're going to help you with everything, that you don't have a home health aide with you. And this moment does need to happen. This person does need to learn what you're really all about, what comes with you. Now, I don't think it should be right away in the relationship, but I don't think it should be way off in the distance in a relationship. It shouldn't be a year down the road that someone is learning how to help you with everything that you might need help with here and there. Now, should this person become your sole caretaker? No, that's not good for a relationship either. Just like if two people were to work together all the time and take care of the kids all the time, that might be a bit much on the relationship. you can't share everything all the time unless you have an unusually good relationship and bond, but more often than not, a little separation is good. But this does come with you, and this person has to accept that. And if they do like you, they will accept what comes with you. It was interesting because when I got divorced, I was a little bit concerned about being in a wheelchair and how people were going to view that when I went back to dating. But really, not many had an issue with the wheelchair. What they did have a huge issue with was that I had 2 young kids. That was the big issue, because they didn't want to be somebody's daddy. Even though I was saying, nope, that's taken care of, they've got that, I don't need you for that, did not matter. Even though I was saying, no, you're not going to meet my kids for quite a while until I know what's happening with us. Because my philosophy was, I need to see if I like this person and I want to be with them. And if I think that this is a situation that's going to be around for a long time, then I will introduce my children to them, because I don't want to traumatize my kids where they're getting attached to someone and then they're gone. And then another one, no. So it's interesting, because when it comes to dating, it's still just as normal as if you were able-bodied. There's always going to be something where someone views you as the whole package and where people don't view you as the whole package. And it has nothing to do with walking. So it was interesting to see how the boyfriend was handling the situation. And, and he seems like a great guy. And, especially with Angela's disability, which is a pretty high-level one, even more important that that kind of a trip happened early enough in the relationship. I think that was very smart of her, because there's a lot to it. And the interesting thing is, when someone does start helping you with all those personal things, there's a certain bond that develops between the two of you. Strangely, it actually strengthens your relationship. If you're both right for one another, it just enhances the whole thing. So I have a wish list for season 2 of Push Girls. Things that I would love to see other than the journey that their lives are going to take. I'm fascinated with them as people. I find them interesting. I'm already invested as an audience member. But as a person with a disability, I would love the show to break a few more negative stereotypes. One of which is that people who have a disability or are in a wheelchair have friends that are disabled or in a wheelchair and don't have able-bodied friends. So I want to see their able-bodied friends enter the social circle in this show. I think it's incredibly important. It'll be an interesting dynamic to see the difference between, how they interact with those friends versus the others, and just to show, again, the normalcy of their lives. Also, I'd love to see Audi dance for a longer period of time in the show. The show, I've been a little bit critical of this aspect of it. It's an editing, producer aspect of it. They were not showing her dance so that you could appreciate that she is a good dancer. They had very quick clips, maybe montages that were just cut up really fast, and you couldn't appreciate what she was doing. I've YouTubed her. She is a good dancer, and I think as an audience we need to not feel sorry for her and be inspired by her because she has the guts to do it. I think we need to see she's a good dancer and say, wow, yeah, she's really good. The other thing, I don't know that these girls have this situation, but maybe there's someone that they know that does, but to show what one goes through with a home health aide when they are disabled. I think that's a crucial one. If they could fold it into the show, focus on it for an episode, it would be great, because a huge amount of abuse in the United States alone comes from home health aides. And I'm not just talking with the elderly. I mean full spectrum, every age. This happens at some point. It's not always physical. It often is. Sometimes it's neglect. Sometimes it's verbal, emotional. I've been, victim of it myself. And everybody I know that's ever had home health care at some point experiences it. And I really think that this show should find a way to touch on that subject if they can. Even if it's that, and I don't know if Angela has had anyone else other than her former husband and her aunt take care of her, but if she has had past experiences with home health aides, I think it would be something she should speak about, maybe go give a speech about it, something. I feel like it's a very important issue to address, because basically people are not aware of what is actually going on behind closed doors when a home health aide is there with somebody. So that would be my wish list for the show, because remember, it's an educational platform. I think these are issues to address, and plus it will be interesting. So I would love to hear from you what you think should be on your wish list for season 2 of Push Girls. And remember, don't forget to write into the Sundance channel, go to their Facebook site for the show, like it, put comments there, and thank you very much for tuning into my reviews. I look forward to your wish list comments below.